Hey friends, and welcome to day 8 of our 14-day movement challenge. I have a 20-minute full body flow to share with you today. So it's a yoga practice. The first 7 days of our challenge was all focused on Pilates, and now we've got 7 days straight of yoga. And in our practice today, we're gonna just move at a really nice, easeful pace and focus on a lot of like side body expanding and opening. So should feel pretty good. If you want some music to listen to as we're flowing together, I've linked a playlist below. Just hit play as soon as we're on the mat, and I will see you soon. It is such a beautiful, bright, sunny day here in Tofino, BC. I got the sun right on my face. Hopefully you do too. If you've got the playlist ready, let's hit play together in 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm going to invite you to start in Balasana, child's pose. So go ahead and take your knees out wide and bring your big toes towards one another. Sink your hips back to your heels, reach your arms forward, and let your forehead melt down on your mat. And then maybe just take a little micro bend in your elbows so you can let your muscles soften and let the shoulders land exactly where they want to be. Maybe your eyes start to close as you draw a little bit more awareness and attention towards your breath flow. Big inhale to expand your belly, and big exhale to let your body sink a little bit deeper. Let's take one more breath together here. Inhale through your nose, and exhale, big sigh out of your mouth. Good, and then just start to slowly move your upper body over and off the right side of the mat, and maybe your left hand sits on top of the right. Let your forehead melt down. 3 big breaths into the left side line of your body. So feeling that opening, that stretch from your left shoulder all the way down through the left side ribs towards your left hip. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, and then stay nice and low as you travel through center, over and off the left side of the mat, and right hand can rest over top of the left, forehead melts down, and then feeling your breath move through the right side line of your body, letting the hips remain heavy to the heels. Stay for one more big breath. Breath is everything in your practice. Breath is everything in life, okay? It just helps you to, connect with yourself, your body, and a moment to really get present, even if it's just for one inhale and one exhale. Lovely, and travel back through to center and come all the way up to a tabletop position, having your wrists under your shoulders, knees underneath of your hips. Now take an inhale and drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chin. And as you exhale, round through your spine and tuck your chin into chest. Good, and then try to move with your breath flow. So inhale to open the front body, and exhale to bring space into the back body. Good, one more, breathe in. And breathe out. And find your way to neutral. Reach your right leg back and all the way to the bottom left corner of your mat. Tuck your toes so that you can just hang out in this space and drive your heel back. Good, now start to gaze over your left shoulder and feel that opening through the right side line of your body. This time it might move past that right hip, down through the right leg. One breath. Nice. Now as you transition through center, lift your right leg up so it lines up with your hip. Breathe in and exhale. Slowly draw your right knee towards your forehead, round through your spine. Good, and then inhale to reach it out long. Hold your right leg here. Again, it's in line with your hip. Try not to lift it any higher. Flex your right foot, and then maybe reach your left arm forward. Left thumb is lifted up. Good, a big extension from left fingertips all the way to the right heel. Take one breath. Lovely. And then left hand down, right knee down, and then bring your left leg back and all the way to the bottom right corner of the mat. Tuck the toes and drive your heel back a little bit. So you get a nice little calf stretch at the same time. Send your gaze over your right shoulder, and your breath is moving through the left side line of your body, all the way from shoulder through to rib cage, hip, and through up the outer edge of that left leg. One more breath in and out. And transition back to center. Left leg lifts up in line with your hip. Big inhale. Exhale, round your spine, draw your knee towards your forehead. And then inhale to lengthen left leg long. Hold right here. Maybe reach your right arm forward. Good. Imagine you're being pulled in opposite directions, and think about pulling your low belly away from your pant line. Big breath in and big exhale. Yeah, right hand is gonna come down, left knee comes down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, reach them all the way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out your heels, gentle shake out of your head. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Good, focusing on that length in your spine, okay? So the tailbone's lifting nice and high. Don't worry if your heels are lifted or if you have a bend in your knees. Sometimes that actually helps to lengthen the spine a bit more. One big breath, inhale and exhale. Now lift your heels intentionally and drop them over to the right side. Hold. Again, opening through the left side line of the body. One big breath. And lift your heels back through center. Drop them over to the left side, feeling the right side line of your body expand. Inhale and exhale. I can already tell this class is gonna feel so nice. Now lift your heels back through to center. Gaze forward and start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold, Uttanasana at the top of your mat. Let your head drop, okay? Release any tension in your neck. Maybe a wiggle of the shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly start to rise all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Cross your right leg behind your left. Inhale to lift up taller, and exhale, tilt over to the left side. That's it. Now you might even open your chest a little bit more towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now bring your torso back to center. Keep your legs crisscrossed. Slowly start to bend the knees. Sweep the arms back in behind you. Deep hinge of the hips. Chest moves towards your left thigh. And then inhale, sweep it forward. Straighten the legs. Rise on up. Exhale, right foot over to the right side. Bend your knees. Sink down into a chair. Utkatasana. Deep hinge of the hips. Your feet are probably going to end up in line with your hips for this one. Good. Arms can be lifted, or maybe a prayer gesture right in front of your chest. Take one more breath. Good, now stand up tall, inhale, and exhale, hinge, forward fold, bring it on down. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in, hands towards your shins and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold and ground your hands, step back to a high plank, or option to lower the knees down, but hold right here. Embrace the strength in your body, slide the shoulder blades down your back body, hug your rib cage in. Good, now lower from here or from your knees, chaturanga, hug your elbows in close towards your side body. Inhale to lift your chest, baby cobra or upward facing dog if that's in your practice. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up, reach them back, downward facing dog. Good, 2 breaths, inhale and exhale. Yeah, bigger breaths, my friends. One more here, breathe in and let something out. Send your gaze forward and walk towards the top of the mat. Forward fold, upper body drapes heavy for a moment. And then inhale to peel all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand, left leg crosses behind the right. Inhale to lift up tall, exhale, tilt over to the right side. Good, feel really rooted into your feet, so much that you can invite a big opening through the entire left side line of your body. Inhale and exhale. Now keep the crisscross of your legs and just bring your torso back through to center. Slowly start to bend your knees. That right heel is probably going to have to lift up. Sweep your arms back alongside your body, chest move towards your thigh. And then inhale to reach it forward as you rise. Ground your right heel, legs lengthen out. And step left foot over to the left side. Bend your knees, sink down into your chair. Utkatasana. Good. Again, strong through the legs, grounded into the heels. Maybe lift up 1 more inch, or maybe sink down a couple more inches. Where do you feel strong and rooted and connected? Close your eyes. Take an intentional breath. Nice, and then hinge forward and fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to your plank of choice. So again, you're on the toes or you're on the knees. Lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Inhale to push the floor away, grounded to the tops of your feet, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up, reach them back, downward facing dog. So good, big breath. Close your eyes, give yourself a moment to pause, to check in with what's moving through you already, and to create that space for whatever it is that needs to shift through. And with your next inhale, send your right leg up towards the sky or the ceiling, wherever you are, being mindful of your environment, right? Now put a bend into your right knee and peel your right hip open. So you're trying to lift that right knee a little bit higher, and that's naturally gonna open through the front of that right hip. Upper body is still framing the mat. Big breath in and big breath out. Good, now slowly shift forward. Right knee moves through towards your chest and plant your foot up in between your hands. Reach your arms forward, rise on up, finding a high lunge, crescent warrior. Your back heel is lifted, strong and rooted in your foundation, in your legs. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale to lengthen up and exhale, tilt over to the right side. Good, so good. Can you feel how that just expanded a little bit more of the front of your left hip? Deep into that hip flexor and psoas muscle. Big inhale and exhale. Bring it back through to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop your left heel down. Open your arms out wide. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. So hips are open to the left side, but your gaze is forward and your right knee is in line with your big toe and your second toe. Keep your legs exactly as they are. Just reach your right arm up. Left arm goes back alongside your left leg. Good, strong in your reversed warrior. One big breath. And bring your upper body back through to center. Straighten through your right leg. Bring your right toes in so they're parallel to the left. Hands to your hips. Wide leg forward fold all the way down. Good, one big breath. Yeah, now press into your fingertips and lift your chest a little bit. Turn your left toes out to 45 degrees. Bend your left knee, walk your hands over to the left side. Lift the right toes up. Skandasana, low lunge. You might have the fingertips down like me, or you might have hands right in a prayer in front of your chest. Good, big breaths. Settling into the shape and how it feels right now. Yeah, now stay really low, kind of animalistic. You bend into the right knee, travel back to the top of the mat. Hands frame your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left, landing in your plank of choice. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up. Reach them back, downward facing dog. Awesome, big breath. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Always this opportunity to pause, to observe without judgment. And whether it's just noticing your breath rhythm or the space in your body, sensations, let it be just that, okay? We don't have to overcomplicate things. And with your next inhale, left leg is gonna lift up towards the ceiling or the sky. Drive up with your heel and start to bend your left knee. As you peel your left hip open, you're thinking of lifting that left knee higher. Activation into the left glute, so the back side of the left leg, in order to open the front of the left hip. Big inhale. And exhale. Nice, you got it. Now slowly shift forward. Left knee moves through towards your chest. Plant your foot up in between your hands. Reach your arms forward. Rise on up. High lunge. Back heel stays lifted. Good. Find that depth in your lunge that is feeling super solid for you today. And then grab your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, tilt over to the left side. Focusing a little more on the front of that right hip. And expanding in that space. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, bring your torso back through to center. Breathe in and exhale. Drop your right heel down. Open your arms out wide. Virabhadrasana 2, strong in your lunge. Take up a lot of space in your mat or on your mat. Good, now legs are not gonna change, okay? Just the upper body shifts. Left arm lifts up. Right arm comes back along your right leg. Maybe you send your gaze up. Good, and try to find a fluid breath flow. Yeah, torso comes back through to center, arms out wide. Straighten through your left leg, left toes come in, parallel to the right, and a wide leg fold. I'll turn around to face you all the way down. Nice, you got it. Now slowly start to lift your chest a little bit and walk your hands over to the right foot. As you turn the right toes out to 45 degrees, bend your right knee, lift the left toes up, Skandasana on the other side. Again, fingertips can be down, chest is still open, or maybe prayer hands in front of your chest. Drive your left heel down. Try to find a breath. Nice. Now again, stay low. Use your hands. Start to bend your left knee. Travel to the front of your mat. Hands frame your left foot. Left foot steps back to meet your right. Finding that plank from toes or knees. Lowering halfway or all the way. Chaturanga. Inhale to push the floor away. Be really strong and active through the back line of your body. And exhale, send your hips up. Lift them back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. And gently come on down to your knees. Sit back on your heels. Lift your chest. Reach the arms up. Inhale. And exhale. Cactus shape your arms. Open up through the chest. Hang out here for one more breath. So good. And then you can just bring your hands down and shift over to your right hip, having both knees bent at a 90-90. Okay, if your left hip is lifted a little bit, all good, as long as the right glute is grounded. Now bring your left hand, place it inside of the bottom of your right foot, and inhale, reach your right arm up. Start to bend your left elbow, press hand into foot as you lean over to the left side. Ooh, feels so good. One more breath. Good, and then all I want you to do is sweep that right arm forward and maybe both fingertips press down, reaching in front of you, or maybe the forearms come down. So this is such a lovely variation of like a grounded pigeon, or it's deer pose, feeling a beautiful stretch in the outer edge and the base of your right glute. We'll just stay for 2 more breaths. You got it. Use your next inhale to rise all the way back up, and we're just going to switch the legs. So a little swivel to the left hip, left knee's bent, right knee is bent. And this time, right hand is on the bottom of your left foot. Inhale to reach your left arm up. And as you tilt over to the right side, you might push your right hand into the bottom of your left foot. Ground it into your left glute. One more breath. Good, and then with that left arm guiding you, reach it forward, forward, forward. Right hand comes to meet it. Maybe hands just reach in front, or maybe you ground down onto your forearms. And let that space expand through the outer edge and the base of your left glute, left hip. Lovely. One more generous breath. And start to lift all the way up. You can bring your right leg forward and crisscross your legs, reach the arms up, gaze might follow, inhale, and exhale, prayer hands through right in front of your heart. Good. Anjali Mudra, and slight drop of your chin down towards your chest. A moment to pause and to appreciate the time that you made for yourself, for your movement practice, and honestly, just for taking time for you. And I hope you can take some of this ease off of the mat and into the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me, friends. I hope to see you again tomorrow for day 9, another full body flow. That felt so good, so good. And the sun is still shining. I will see you tomorrow.